Hey everyone, so I posted this TikTok a couple of days ago, and some of you guys asked for my build, so I thought to myself, why not make a video of all my builds, of both my builds for my hunter. So I thought that today I was gonna show you guys. I am by no means your Giga Chat hardcore Destiny uh, god, PV god that knows the best of the best roles, but I can definitely give my best try to give you guys some good roles to use in the future. So the two builds that we're gonna go through is first of all Elias handshake build, because that was in the TikTok. You guys, some of you guys were curious of how much damage you could do with the Elias handshake, and I'll show you guys some different ideas for some builds. Even if you don't have Prismatic, the final shape, or if you just only have the Elias handshake itself. And then I'm gonna show you guys my build I use for major boss DPS, like the one I would use if I'm in a raid or in a dungeon and I have to do major DPS. So let's look at some loadouts. So the first build we're gonna be looking at, first of all, the timestamp. There will be timestamps in the video, so you can look at whatever build you need or whatever you have to make this build. So the first one here is gonna be just raw dogging the Elias handshake and Arc Strider. So all you need here is Elias handshake, and then you need an Arc Strider, the Arc Strider subclass with combination blow on. And then these two are nice as well, just because they actually do some major cool stuff. Because this one reads, after dodging, your next melee attack has an increased lunge range and jolts the target and creates a damaging aftershock. And this one says defeating a jolted target makes you amplified. So they kind of help each other a little bit. Then you need the combination blow. It's really good with the Elias handshake. Then we have the Elias handshake itself, what the whole build is about. The next three builds. So you have cross counter. It's intrinsic perk. Using your arc melee ability or being hit by a melee attack will allow you to follow up with an extremely powerful melee counterpunch that will heal you. So let me explain this. If you're like just a little bit confused, if you hit someone and then you hit him again, second punch is gonna be way stronger. This also means if someone punches you first and you punch them back, then you're instantly gonna trigger that extra hard hitting punch. This can be useful actually in both PvE and PvP. So as you guys can see here, the way that it works, the Elias handshake for this build, is that you hit, then you use the counter punch, then you hit him, you roll, I'm gonna roll in a second, bam, you hit him again. This will trigger the perk you see right under here that says combination blow. It can go from 1 all the way up to 3, 3 being the strongest of course, where you can do some major damage. The way that this builds up is that you hit someone using your arc melee ability, then you roll to instantly get it back, and then you keep doing that. Yeah, a cool thing that just happened here is, bam, I just got an extra exotic cloak, and as you can see, I was pretty surprised myself. And the other thing you can notice as well is that, as you can see, there's Arc's explosion, and that's what it's talking about, making Arc jolts. That's actually what this build specially have. Like, if you're using Arc Strider, that is the fact that you have these Arc jolts. They're pretty specific for this build, which is nice. So there is kind of something special for each build. So just because you don't have the final shape, you can still have a really decent ad clearing build. Plus that the Elias handshake keep giving you health, so it's just unlimited health as well. You can beat the same enemy over and over again and keep hitting them, and you'll just keep gaining health. So that's pretty nice as well. Now we have our second build. Our second build is gonna be if you have Prismatic, so the final shape, and you have Elias handshake. Again, Elias handshake in short, you hit again. Second hit is gonna be better. If someone hits you, you instantly hit better. And every time you hit someone with the second counter cross melee, you get health as well and a ton of damage. The only difference is with this one, you have Facet of Dawn, which is gonna make sure that you and your teammate get radiant if you melee hit an enemy and kill him. Second one is Facet of Blessing. Final blows, melee final blows starts health regeneration, while transcendent melee final blows start health regeneration for you and your allies. Yeah. Important part, defeating a target affected by any elemental debuff grants invisibility and true sight. So you're gonna be dealing extra damage, you're gonna be healing yourself, you're gonna be invisible, you're just gonna absolutely be annihilating ads by doing melee. The cool thing I forgot to mention about this build as well is that when you dodge, you freeze enemies. So you freeze them by dodging, hit them, dodge again. Now the enemy's frozen, you hit them, dodge again, hit them. Now I have combination blow. Part 3, I have radiant, I have amplified, I have void invisibility. All of these trigger at the same time, which is gonna give you such a, it's just gonna make it so nice for you. Plus again, you're getting that health every time you do the cross counter as well. So, and this one can also deal major damage as the one you guys saw before. Then we have my last Liar's Handshake kind of build, because this is the build I normally use. This is the one I personally always use since I got this cloak, exotic cloak. Because it has Spirit of the Liar, which is basically handshake, plus it has foe tracer. It actually really doesn't matter what your secondary perk is, that's really up to you, depending on what you guys like. But Spirit of the Liar is basically just Liar's Handshake, and that's the most important one. And then the build is pretty much like the one we had before, except you don't have Liar's Handshake. Like the real Liar's Handshakes, you don't get health back, but everything else is the same with the cloak. So you just keep hitting the enemies and get health back. As you guys can see, this works similarly. You just keep dodging around, melee hitting, dodging around, melee hitting, building up that nice combination blow. Just keep melee hitting, dodging, freezing, melee hitting, turning invisible, getting amplified, getting radiant. Like, it's like, you guys can optimize this build, of course. I'm just giving you guys some blueprints and you guys can optimize it as much as you guys want. I'm just saying that this is a really nice combination. So you can just keep freezing, amplifying, rolling, hitting, and you're gonna deal some major damage. Like, let's see how much damage I can do to this bastard's right here. Yeah, you see, 2 melee dealing 55,000 damage at the end there. So that was all the Liar's Handshake builds. Now to the last build. So this is my last build, and I know this is not some Liar's Handshake build. This is the one I use actually when I need to do some major DPS. This is the one I use when I want to go to like 6.5 million damage in DPS. This is the one I use. I've had that a couple of times with this build. I wish I could show you guys some proof of that, but sources, trust me, bro. It's up to you if you believe it or not, but it can put out some major damage. I don't have an enemy in front of me, but let me explain the guns so it makes more sense. We have a mountaintop with auto-loading holster. We have a still hunt, golden gun 2.0. And then we have a grenade launcher with switch and bait. Switch and bait is going to be triggered by shooting your other 2 guns. Before shooting that one, so you need to hit a target with the mountaintop, then the still hunt, then the grenade launcher. Plus we have gunslinger on, so we have that extra golden gun. Plus we have Celestial Nighthawk, which means all of your golden guns are gonna deal a ton more damage. So it would go like this, that you would, just before the damage phase starts, you would activate your still hunt. Ooh, activate it. Then you would switch your grenade launcher. The phase starts, you bam, you empty the fucking grenade launcher. Then I would use my ult, then do the process again, then hit some crits with this, maybe reload this one, get a little reload in, actually reload, this one should load again, get in some precision shots, maybe use this one again, bam, fire that again, and then shoot your last of grenade launcher bullets. Again, I'm not the best Destiny player, there's probably a way to optimize that, but I'm just your average out here trying to do his best, so I hope some of these builds help. And if you guys have any questions, any more questions about the builds or anything, hit me up in the comment section. If you guys want maybe even more detailed, I will gladly do that. I just wanted to mix match something fast together for you guys that kind of made sense and explained a little bit about the builds. So I hope it worked, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye bye.